Hello, everybody. What is going on? It is Jason.
Not starting with a loud noise.
Not today. Today I'm keeping it cool and collective. There's enough loud noises everywhere else. So
chill.
We are here with the glorious Mr. Adam Biggs.
That's me.
How you doing, brother? You smoking on that ganj pipe?
No, I'm smoking cigarettes now. Sorry to everybody who loves me.
Really? Is that really a cigarette?
Yeah.
Did you like just start smoking cigarettes?
I don't want to say just started, but yeah, I mean, like I've been doing it here and there since I got back from Europe, and now they got their hooks in me. Dude, for
that's
sure.
I don't think I've ever met anybody that's like just picks up smoking like that. Like,
well, I mean, there's reasons, but I guess we could get into that later.
Okay, that's if that's personal, don't worry about it. But I think it's sick that you smoke cigarettes now. I'm gonna say that.
It's in lieu of doing anything else wrong. I'll say that.
Oh, okay.
That's fair.
I don't drink alcohol anymore.
Oh wow.
And I don't smoke weed anymore. So
were you smoking weed? You used to never do anything when I first met you, right?
I was Mr. Straight Edge Poster Boy for a long time.
Hell yeah, man. Dude, you're making Eric Rutan and me proud, man.
That's all I want to do, really.
Yeah, right? What else do you need in fucking life other than Eric Rutan's approval and...
Invoke the Lord of Chaos.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. So how you been? Shit, man. You look good. Obviously.
Thank you.
You looking fucking sharp, dude.
Thank you very much. You guys also look very... highly sexual.
We're trying, man. I haven't showered in like 2 days, so
that's sick. Me either.
Yeah, that's been really cool. Chicago's burning down right now as we're talking to you. We do our podcast in a suburb outside of the city, so yeah. Luckily, but I live in the city now, so I had to like navigate my way to get over here, which was fine actually. It wasn't that bad. But
you didn't see anything?
No, I didn't see shit. I live so far north that it's so far away from like where everything is going. And then when I come out here, I just go west and south. So it's just like I avoid the whole fucking thing.
Seems like it's mostly in the south.
Yeah, well, in the loop and shit.
Like
yeah.
South, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I didn't see anything today. But it's rough, man. Apparently, the National Guard was called today. There's tanks in downtown Chicago right now, so
they got nothing better to do with them.
Yeah, exactly. I guess not. Right? Now that Antifa is a terrorist organization, did you see that?
Yeah,
are they really?
That's what Trump is saying. Apparently, he's deciding to call them a terrorist organization at this point.
Oh man,
because they robbed the Target.
Is that still a thing? What? I've been tuned out. To be perfectly honest.
Yeah, that's a good. What was your question? Fair. Is what still a thing?
Are we still listening to Trump? Is that a thing?
Oh no! I mean, it's just like if you go on the internet, you'll
it's hard to avoid it, but
yeah, unless you don't go on the internet.
Yeah, we don't do that around here.
You don't go on the internet around there?
Yeah.
Do they don't have that down there? Where are you in? You're in Virginia now, right?
No. What's that?
What did you say? I'm sorry.
No. It's just I don't know. I just feel like I was paying so much like laser focused attention to like politics for a really long time. And it's like really damaging to your psyche after a while.
Oh yeah, it definitely will do that.
I've filled my time with things I think are more worthwhile, you know.
Yeah, and that's a good thing for you. You know what I mean? Like, I get that there's a lot of people out there that like to dedicate their lives to like what they believe in socially, and like I respect that very much. I'm just too fucking dumb, man. I'm just too stupid. Like, I don't know. What am I going to do? You know, like I could go march and protest in Chicago too, but like,
I don't know.
I'm probably going to get my ass beat, and I'm probably going to get arrested or something. And it's Fair just enough. Like, they got enough people doing it down there. I don't know. I feel like I should open up a service where it's like, I'll just smoke weed with you over the phone and talk about whatever you want.
Sure.
As like a therapy.
Contribute, you know?
Yeah. As like a...
personally, it's just like always been like I want to be who I am and like, you know, live by the example that I feel like is positive.
Yeah.
And maybe, you know, maybe it can affect change that way.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, it should.
It's kind of a lazy cop out. I'll be perfectly
a little bit, but that's okay.
I don't know. I think as long as you're not doing anything super fucking negative, then you're doing your part.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I don't know. Like I'll take this time to say I do fully support, people speaking up about all of this fucking nonsense that's happening and doing something about it. I really respect it. I just I don't know if I'm that guy or if that's the role I'm meant to play necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather just like live by my morals and because if you spend your entire life just like dancing around subjects and topics like that, like you're just gonna. I feel like it's easy to just get lost in the shuffle and like just like overthink things. Whereas like if you just lead a good life, that's like you're putting your principles into effect.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a stronger way to voice your opinion in a lot of respects. But then again, I'm a stupid asshole, so I don't know.
Yeah, we are too. It's just kind of like that's the whole thing. It's like I don't know what the fuck to say. I don't know what to do. So it's just kind of like I feel like instead of saying something and risking it sounding dumb as hell, like maybe just don't say that and maybe just be like what you said. I think approaching life in a positive way, and if you have morals that are not involving like being a white cop and putting your knee on some dude's fucking neck until he dies, like I think that's the least you can ask out of a person.
Much the bare minimum at this point.
So
right?
It's just kind of like, okay, I'm not doing that, and like I support everybody doing what they need to do in order to make a change like this. It's just fucking like it's just one fucking thing after another. It's like, all right, now we're all inside because of coronavirus, and then like. Now this dude gets killed, and like cities all over the country are fucking
just as they're like opening back up. Now we're closing back up.
Yeah, I mean,
and I'm sure that's gonna upset a lot of people.
Exactly. So it's just kind of like, well, what are we gonna do? How does it? What's gonna happen? So welcome to 2020, everybody.
There's an 8 p.m. curfew here in Richmond, Virginia now.
Oh, it's 9 p.m. here. Yeah. So we can be out for an hour later than you.
Oh, suck it.
We've got mere moments to deface more national monuments and statues. Mm-hmm. Actually, we're past that point here now.
Oh yeah, yeah. You guys are an hour ahead, right? You're on Eastern time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought so. Duh. Yeah, Virginia. I've driven through Virginia, but that's about it.
It's lovely. I can't. Yeah, I can't. I mean, like moving here, it changed my life for the better. I'll say, mm-hmm. It's a different way of life for sure than what I'm used to, but I don't know. It's like I've got a lot more purpose, and like I'm probably the happiest I've ever been, despite forced quarantines and evil empires dominating us all around.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a great thing that you're able to say that. You know what I mean? Like, because a lot of people definitely are not saying that right now, Like,
and feels out to them, and I'm not trying to rub it in anybody's faces, but I've got a family down here, and like it's just
so what the fuck is going on, man? I haven't seen you in like 2 years or some shit like that. It's been a long time. Almost. It'll be because like the last time you guys were in Chicago, we were on tour.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, I moved down here about a year ago, coming up, and then I met my girl, and we've just been together the whole time, and just like really working on putting a life together that we're proud of, and like she's got 3 wonderful kids that we both.
Oh
shit.
Hello.
Hey, welcome back with a burger.
I just got a burger.
Hell yeah, man. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
So, what kind of burger is that, first off?
Well, we made homemade burgers.
Ooh.
We got some lettuce, tomato, mayo, some of this spicy cheddar and stuff.
Ooh.
We got fried some French fries.
Damn, dude, look at that's a nice plate you got there too. You got that
know,
square
right?
plate, boy. Look at that shit.
Yeah, square plate.
Yeah,
Hey,
you got the
pay
fucking.
at least $10.99 for that. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, you got that setup, boy. That shit looks good. Hell yeah. So were you ever vegetarian?
Yeah.
Are you eating meat now?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Breaking vegetarian edge as well. That's cool. No knock to that,
Okay.
man. Do what you got to
I don't
do.
give a fuck about nothing anymore, dude.
I know, man. Fuck, dude. It's like your whole life has fucking changed since the last time I saw you. I can't remember if the last time I saw you, I don't even remember when it was, like what tour it was. I think it was like your headliner. I think that was the last time I saw you.
Yeah, was it the time we damn, she did a good job on those.
Oh, yeah.
But was it the time that the singer of a very famous metal band came out and grabbed this girl's butt during her set the whole time?
Yeah, and did those weird headbangs and shit. That weird like
Yeah.
body arcing shit.
Yeah, he was way into it.
Yeah, dude. Very
What?
yeah. Can we say who it is? Are you trying not to say who it is?
I don't know if I should or not, but it was
That's fair.
That's fair. We won't. I'll tell you. You know who it is
I'm
because
sure
I've
I
talked to you
do.
about it before.
Okay.
But yeah, that was fucking whack, man. Did you end up ever having a conversation with that dude?
Yeah, I know Jake talked to him and does talk to him for occasionally.
Oh, that's cool.
No, I mean he's cool. I think he was just partying, you know.
Yeah, you know, he definitely got the VIP treatment at Reggie's, which was kind of funny. But
Yeah, he just strolled right the fuck in and walked up the spiral staircase. He's like, "Oh, have a good set."
yeah, all right, dude. Yeah, okay. Very strange. But
it was Jesse Leach from Killswitch Engage.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that sounds about right.
he showed up in this like weird ass like white leather outfit and like he looked like he was not from like our timeline. I'll say that.
This is starting to sound familiar.
Yeah, he looked like he didn't belong in this current timeline. So it's pretty fucking weird. And
what year should he have been in?
Oh, like 2037 maybe. Like he looked like he was from the future.
Cool.
Like he came in and just like fucking rolled into Reggie's and like said what was up to Shane, and Shane was like, "Yeah, come on in," and like he just walked right back. I saw him walk right in front of me and then go up the stair because he likes rivers. He loves Rivers of Nile, right? He posts about you guys
why
all the
in
time.
Chicago?
I don't know. Yeah, do you know why he was in? I think he was just in there for like a trip or something.
Teleported.
He was there to grab that specific butt, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he located a butt and was like,
He was
I
honed
must
in on
touch
the butt
ass.
with the
And then he
technology,
saw that they were playing
transported it.
Reggie's and he was just like, oh,
I was like, I
well,
can
let's go
grab
to
butt
Reggie's.
and see rivers.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man.
good for him. I was very happy for him. I was also very nervous, like, you know, he was like one of my favorite vocalists growing up, and I was just like there, like singing all shaky into the microphone.
You should have
Like,
sang
what?
like a quick verse of like, or a quick chorus. You should have been like, but you should have done a Howard song and like, yeah, and been like, yeah, dude, you like this song?
Better.
Yeah, you should have been like, there is love burning to find you, and then point up at him and be like, yeah, dude, this one's for you, baby.
Yeah, dude, I don't know.
That would have been sick. But anyway, sorry, we cut you off. We were talking about something. You were mentioning. So you're living in Virginia now. You got you are dating a woman.
Oh, I sure am.
You're dating a woman. You said that she's got a couple children. So you guys are all living together in a house.
Yeah.
Sweet in Virginia.
And it's I couldn't be happier about it.
That's cool, man. Hell yeah.
That's like the long and short of it, really.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's good that you're happy with it, man. Damn, dude.
Yeah.
What is it? I've never, ever, and not that like, not on purpose. I've never dated any woman that's ever had kids before, ever in my entire life.
Really? I thought.
Yeah.
No.
I've talked and flirted with women that have children, but I've never dated anybody. You would. Do you think either of my exes had kids?
No, I mean, like I was thinking, like you went on a date maybe with.
Oh, I'm sure I have. Yeah.
But nothing long. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I'm sure I have.
It's it's been very rewarding.
Yeah.
Like there's like those, especially I feel like when it comes to like touring dudes, like they're really like afraid of commitment generally. And like, that's just like that kind of thing just like invokes automatic commitment. So
what do you mean?
But like, it's just like, you don't want to like, that's what I think the thing is like, you see a girl with kids and you automatically think you're going to fuck their wife up because you're a touring scumbag.
Oh yeah. I think that.
Yeah. So, but then, like, I don't know. I just kind of mustered it up and I was like, you know what? I don't need to be afraid of this. And like, I feel specially suited to help in this situation. Like, I've been the band dad for years. Yeah.
Oh,
like,
okay.
So
Yeah. Is that something you always wanted to do, was be a pappy?
Yeah. It's always been a part of my DNA to like, try out the parent game. Like I always saw myself doing it, at some point in my life. But it just always seemed like a bit of a reach.
Sure.
Yeah,
it is a reach. I think it's a reach whenever I like envision myself, in anything like that. Dude, I can't even get laid, man. It's like, that's a reach. Like, fuck, dude. Like, I could go home and smoke weed and play BioShock. That's within my reach tonight. Yeah. But that's pretty much it. Or go on Tinder and pay for a boost and like hopefully match with two people that won't talk to me.
Or befriend somebody on Tinder.
Oh, yeah. And talk to them about BioShock and be like, listen, if you don't want to talk about this right now, unmatch me now. I wouldn't say that. Maybe I would if I was fucked up enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, I might say it. We'll see. What do I got to lose?
Wow, nothing.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I got nothing to lose except BioShock. But I won't lose because I'm playing on easy.
You have BioShock. You're not going to lose that.
No, but I mean like lose the game.
How would you lose? Like, lose isn't you die and then that's it. Okay.
Yeah, you know what? It is really hard to lose in those games because it's like the only way I could see it happening is if I get stuck in this infinite loop where I don't have enough ammo and then I just keep getting killed because I don't know how to beat a certain wave of guys. Because you know how when you play first-person shooter games, like the campaign levels are set up where like you enter like a little arena and you're like, and you see all this like, oh, something's gonna go down. It's like, oh, great, another one of these. Like, okay, gonna shoot a bunch of dudes just like I did earlier.
Make sure you're prepped and ready.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of work. A lot of stress playing video games. Well, shit, man. I have to say that.
Are you comfortable?
Yeah, I'm fucking chilling right now, dude. I got this chair where I'm holding up my legs. It feels great. And this wooden thing really feels good digging into my back. That feels good. Dude, you could get in one of those chairs. Join me in lounging. What?
Come on, Bill.
Yeah, come on, Bill.
I'm good. Thank you.
Look at, he's chilling. Dude, I like your little. What are you sitting inside? Like a gazebo?
No, this is the porch, man. This is where it happens.
Oh, this is where shit goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, dude.
It's where I eat my burgers and smoke my bogues, dude.
Yeah, dude. I gotta. I already forgot that you smoke cigarettes. That's so fucking. I have a little deck that I sit. It's like a little deck that I have a little metal chair on that I sit and smoke weed on sometimes and listen to music. I crank that Bluetooth speaker and listen to Brockhampton. All right, Biggs, that's what we need to talk about. You are one of the only two fucking people in my entire life that likes Brockhampton.
Dude, I love Brockhampton.
They're so fucking good. Did you hear those songs?
I listened to the one with JPEG on it today.
That one's good.
And I was very pleased. I've listened to a couple of them other, like here and there otherwise, but not enough to like really analyze them yet, you know?
For sure. Yeah.
Like I saw you posting them and stuff, and like I was like looking for them on Spotify, and I was like, where are they on Spotify?
Yeah. Well, apparently they've been doing this thing where they release a couple songs every weekend, but they only release them through their website and on YouTube because it's not through their record label.
Oh,
they're doing it without just putting out songs that they've been doing in quarantine. I have no idea. That's, dude, all of hip hop and the industry behind it is so fucking different than metal that I like don't know anything about it. Like, you know, it's like you could be a rapper and you could fucking record a record in 2 days and literally put it out whenever you want, as opposed to metal. Like, you got to do a record, you have to submit it to your label, you have to wait 18 months before it could come out, and then it comes out.
Well, you could do it that way. I don't know, but like I've kind of been like analyzing the way these guys do their thing, and like, you know, I've seen a couple metal bands kind of jump on the like releasing singles train.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's a model that not enough bands are really like delving into right now. Like, I feel like death metal bands especially could really benefit from that kind of thing, because it's like,
I agree.
You know, you put out 45 minutes of blistering riffs that everybody has to listen to all at once, like, and it's like kind of missed the point of a lot of it.
Yeah, exactly. That's a really good point. I never really thought about it like that until the Acacia Strain started releasing those like 2-song singles like every few weeks, because they're like putting in they're doing it on 7 inches, so they put out like 2 songs every 3 weeks. But it's cool because I end up like now I listen to a metal record and I'm like, fuck, this is like hard to get through, like front to back. It's hard, man. Like, I can't listen to Ulcerate like play Dissonance for a fucking hour straight. Like, it's hard. It's good. I love it still, but it's really difficult to do that.
Yeah. Whereas if you got that in 5-minute chunks, you would probably appreciate the whole thing a lot more.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. And like, I'm listening to these Acacia Strain songs and I'm really getting into them. I'm not skipping it because there's only 2. And then I'm like, oh shit. Like, it's a really like, it's funny that you could literally dissect an album like that and it completely changes the way you listen to it. That's some high shit and I'm sober. Yeah.
I mean, like a release has like its own kind of vibe, right?
Yeah.
It's like if you're intending your listener to hear 45 minutes of riffs at a time, like, it better be exciting 45 minutes. You know, whereas like if you've got 5 minutes of good riffs, why not throw that at the listener and then let them decide, you know, what sticks and what doesn't. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'm just spitballing here.
Dude, you got your cigarette in hand. You gotta look at that watch, dude. What are we looking at right now?
I'm ready to tell you what time it is.
Yeah, man, you are fucking swagged out right now, dude. I like the bandana, the metal blade cutoff. That watch is actually really sick. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Yeah, dude. Dude, you should try.
I'm ready.
Can you smoke a cigarette through that?
I can try.
Yeah, try it.
Extra filter.
That's really cool. You want to know something sick? Me and my guitar player Max from Warforged, we made a pact that the day our album was going to come out, the day our album came out, we were going to smoke a cigarette together because we both agreed that smoking cigarettes look cool. Because it does. You look so fucking cool right now. And we did. We split a cigarette together. I ended up having the bulk of it because he kind of had a couple puffs and was like, I hate this. And I was like, me too. But I said we would do it. I'm doing it.
Committed.
But,
yeah, that's why I like you. You stick to your commitments.
I try to, man. Even if it's a cigarette for the album release.
That's perfect. That's the best excuse.
Yeah. So I want to bring back, I guess I want to talk about, like, you mentioned about, you had a very real anecdote of like touring musicians being afraid of like the commitment thing. And do you always, because I feel like it could go either way in a sense where it's like, I meet some dudes and they're like, yeah, I don't want to put a woman through that because it sucks. And they take like that type of approach. And then I've also met dudes where I'm sure you have too, where they just want to like fuck everything. And they're just like, I don't want to be committed so I could fuck everything.
Yeah. I mean, there's both types for sure. I mean, there's a lot of A types and B types when it comes to touring musicians. And like, you know, let me say this the right way, I guess. But you have like like when you get down to it, like those second type of dudes are just like kind of like they're not maintaining their home structure, which is a big no-no in my book. You know. Okay, so what would you define as the home structure? Like if you go out on the road and you act like an asshole and like you just try and fuck everything that moves, you're gonna end up leading a pretty empty life. And then when you get home, which you always do inevitably get home, there's not going to be anything there for you.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, it sounds like a good idea at the time, and like it's a lot of fun, and you want to rack up the points or whatever. But it's like at the end of the day, what are you really accomplishing?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in that regard, that is, I guess, a true statement. Like, but I mean, I guess it just depends on the kind of dude you are. I mean, maybe you're just a dude that enjoys staying single too. There's plenty of people like that out there, you know, where it's just kind of like,
yeah. But like I said, I've always been sort of like, you know, I've been attracted to responsibility, and like,
okay,
I've wanted to, you know, I've always wanted a family, and
Sure.
and like, so if I go out and I act like a dickhead out there, I'm not going to get to have that thing that I want.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody's different, but you gotta like, you can't, I guess, run away from something if it seems tough, you know?
Sure. Yeah, I agree. I would agree with
a lot
that.
more dudes out there want, you know, that kind of, they want that decent home life and to be able to tour at the same time more than they'd be willing to admit.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't think they can do it, because it does seem unobtainable when you're out there living the pirate life.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, but that's sort of a limiting view, I guess.
Okay.
And you know, in a lot of ways that kind of lifestyle, it slows you down after a while too. You
Sure.
know, if you don't have something you care about to go home to, then what's the point of leaving and doing the work?
Yeah. It's interesting.
You know,
it's interesting you say that, because I definitely agree. But I've definitely noticed, like, I've always thought, at least like when I thought about like the idea of like, if I had ever gotten into a relationship with somebody that would have kids, I think I would just feel guilty, because I would be like, oh, I'm just fucking on the road having the time of my life, and this person is at home taking care of their kid. But I mean, I guess I don't know. You're probably the only dude I know. That's probably not true. At least you're the only guy I could think of in this very moment that like is dating someone that has children, and you're an active touring musician.
I mean, it's not the preferred way to go. I'll say that. Like, you know, like, leaving will always create a strain on your home life,
Sure.
no matter what. But it's just like anything else. It's just a matter of finding the rhythm and you know, making sure you've built strong foundations at home, so that when you leave, you're not freaking out, and you're not like putting more pressure on your family, you know?
Yeah. So what do you, I mean, okay, how do I word this? I have like 8 questions I'm trying to formulate into like one right now. So do you,
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
No, it's okay. Do you, what do you know, you mentioned, like you said a little earlier, a lot of touring musicians think it's unattainable and it's impossible to make both work. What do you think are the ways of making that work? You know, because you are a touring musician and you're doing this.
I mean, like, it's a matter of just like sticking to the things you say you're going to do at the end of the day. Like, if I tell my girl and the family that like, I'm going, but I'm going to come home and I'm going to be what you need me to be. You know, you have to just stick to it, you know?
Yeah.
You can't just like I think like there's this false idea that like, if you're a touring musician, you have to pour every 100% ounce of your energy into only that. But at the end of the day, it's a job, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And like any other job, you go, you do it, you work as hard as you can, and then you come home and then you get on with your life.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, like I haven't been like invested at this point so much that like, and also touring full time. So I'm expecting like that once we do get back out on the road, heavy, that there will be a lot more mountains to climb as far as that's concerned.
Yeah.
But like anything else I've approached with this, is just like I can't be afraid of it. I have to, if I can make a touring band work the way that I have in the past 12 years or whatever, I feel like I'm up for the challenge of accomplishing anything else too,
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, and I would assume, if you're dating this person, how long have you guys been dating for, if you don't mind me asking, unless you prefer not to air that? We don't have to.
No, it's how long has it been, baby? Since October.
Oh, is she right there?
Yeah, she's right here.
What's up, dude? Hi. Hello. Can't see you, but so you guys have been doing it for a while then.
Yeah. I guess it's been a while, and we've been through a lot together, and I wouldn't trade it for the dang world,
Well, yeah. I mean, so I would assume then, if you guys have already been dating this much, I would assume your significant other is all right with you doing what you do with the band and all those things.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on the road a few times during our relationship, and like we've gotten through some hard times, around those tours and stuff, and like we've ironed out the kinks before all this COVID stuff hit, and like we've just both been kind of home and like got to really hone in and focus on family and what's going on at home. So I think when it's time to head back out there, like everything will be okay.
Yeah. You know what? That is a really good, I mean, that's cool that you're able to do that now. Cause it's like, what, I mean, now that the world is kind of like at this halt, what else are you going to do in your home? It's like, if you have a family, like that's a really cool thing to be able to like at least accelerate in that department of life, as opposed to, just like me, I'm a dumbass and single. I'm just sitting here waiting for like the world to pick back up so I could leave my house, like that's literally what I'm trying to do. So, I mean, my bands can like play shows again, but
it's been hard for me to even really like think about, not that like I haven't, because, we're still working on what we need to work on as a band, and like everything is still very much in motion.
Yeah.
But it's been almost like hard for me to recognize at points where like that the world is even different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I have so much other shit going on, and like so many more positive and wonderful things to fill my time with, that like, riots and things of that ugly nature they kind of just slide off my back. I've got better things to worry about.
Yeah. So at this time, and you're in Richmond. So I don't even know what Richmond is like at all, because I've never been there. But
come hang out. Come hang out with us.
I'm on the way,
it's
dude.
Great.
I'm about to walk there after this, so I'll be there in like 2 weeks or some shit.
Come through and we'll play Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah, we will. We're playing all three of those motherfuckers, dude. If I'm walking 2 weeks all the way there,
we're gonna throw on a little Ouija,
Yeah, a little Ouija, baby. Shit, man. And you were talking about. You brought up on one of your Instagram stories, somebody asked you something about like favorite JRPG, and you said Brave Fencer Musashi, which is such a sick game that nobody ever knows about or talks about, and it's so like not brought up. Does that count as an RPG?
I always kind of thought of it as one, because it's it was when it was released, it was a big Squaresoft release, and it was packaged in with a Final Fantasy VIII demo, which is the reason I bought it, and anybody else did, I'm sure. But that game, it has its own like little RPG elements, and most of them most of them come in the form of the story. I feel like it's very JRPG-esque in that way, but it's an action game. Or it's almost like Zelda-like in its
definitely.
play, but it's so much fun. All the characters are like, they're like food puns and stuff. It's great.
Yeah, it is sick, dude. I wish, and they've done nothing with that game. It's just sitting there.
Yeah, it's really a crime.
I know, that's what I'm saying, man. At least port it to something so I could play it again.
I do still have my copy, which I'm clutching onto.
Good for you, man. I never had. That was one of those games I rented about 18 times and never bought when I was a child. So I wish I did. I wish I did get it, but now I could buy it for like $100 on eBay.
Oh, nice.
And then I got to dig up a PS1 and then or PS2, I guess, but still.
Yeah, 3.
Oh, well, you could play it on PS3?
PS3 has the PS1 emulator thing in it.
Oh, yeah. Can you buy it on the PlayStation Network?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So, shit, man.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, well, So what have you been, obviously you like Brockhampton, so you have great taste amongst most of my friends, which is very fucking true. What have you been listening to recently?
Ooh, well, I've been listening to a lot of hip hop.
Okay.
In my day to day, so Brockhampton is up there. JPEG Mafia.
Okay.
Listen to a lot of Frank Ocean lately.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck yeah. What's your go-to Frank Ocean?
I mean, I like Blonde a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great album. It's very chill.
Yeah.
But those singles that he's been putting out have been like awesome.
Yeah, I haven't heard any of them. I need to fucking sit down and listen to them. But I love Channel Orange and I love Blonde.
Yeah, check out those singles. The one DHL is really good, and then the other one that I've listened to it like 100,000 times. In My Room is so fire. It's got the best synth line in it.
Oh, sick! Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Did you ever listen to that Endless project he did for like Apple Music?
No, I don't think I did.
It's really fucking sick. I think you have to have Apple Music to see it. It's like he did this like video album project where like it was literally a full record, and it was set to this music video that was released only on Apple Music, and they did like
just him or
Frank Ocean. I mean, maybe I think there's some guests on it, but
he's like the main guy.
Yeah. And it was really sick. I think they did like a little vinyl pressing of it and shit, but I never got it or anything. But yeah, that one's really cool too. Check that out. You actually showed me that.
Oh, really?
When it came out, yeah. So, but anyway, yeah, Frank Ocean's great. All right, let me rewind for a second. Are you as obsessed with me and you have a favorite member of Brockhampton, like a favorite dude in that band?
I get them mixed up a lot. Okay. I know that doesn't sound very good, but what's the one dude who's kind of foreign sounding and he just like kind of interjects on the beat and he just like does something really off the wall.
I don't know.
Oh fuck.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I do get what you say though, because sometimes I listen to them and I can't figure out who was who, and then I listen to them about a billion times to where I could figure it out.
Yeah, what's the guy who's not in it anymore?
Amir.
Amir Vaughn. I could always pick him out because he has the exact same flow on everything he does.
Every fucking song. Yeah, dude. I'm glad they kicked his ass out. I think he's a good rapper, but like it got kind of fucking annoying.
Yeah, it was just like da 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 like on every song.
It was that same flow on everything, dude. Ugh, I'm glad you said that because like I always thought that too. I'm like, this guy sounds the fucking same on every song he's on.
It's like, which was like okay. It was definitely always like, oh, here's the Amir part. Yeah. It's the same as the last 10 of them.
Exactly. I mean, it's cool sometimes when it like complements the song because sometimes that's a cool flow to have for some of their shit. But yeah, I definitely don't think like they don't really miss them. Yeah,
I don't really miss them too much. I think Ginger was their strongest record that they'd put out
Me
up to
too,
that
man.
point.
I definitely agree. That was like, and it was cool because that was like the first album that came out when I was aware of them, where I'm like, oh, okay, so now I get to be a part of this whole, like, I got to hear the singles when they first came out and I was like looking for them, you know? And then when the album came out, I just like dove in.
Yeah, the Saturation records were cool. Like I was hearing them a little bit as they were coming out, but like nothing really stuck with me until I heard Sugar the first time. And I was like, what?
Dude.
I was like, what is this?
Yeah, that song that fucking went platinum, which is insane.
Dude, amazing.
Yeah.
Nothing goes platinum anymore.
I know. And that's so sick. And I love that song too. Like, it's so good. I always like it when they do more of the R&B shit than like the old head rap songs. Like,
I like those too, but I think that they're definitely better when they interject a little more feeling. But that's kind of my taste always with almost anything.
Same. Yeah. Like, I definitely listen to a lot of hip hop and R&B and pop music now, and all the shit I like within that, somehow deep in my fucked up head, I could relate it to the shit I like with like metal. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense why I would like this, because this sounds like Hate Eternal or some shit like that. Not really, but bad example. But you know what I mean? Like, you'll find.
What do you mean it's a bad example?
I mean, like, I'm not gonna listen to Sugar and equate it to fucking Eric Rutan.
I'm on.
Yeah, fucking BC Rich, fucking or Ironbird. Who he plays an Ironbird? Is that BC Rich?
Yeah, he plays a fucking Ironbird, dude. To get it right.
Yeah, he's the man. I did get it right, man.
Do the Marshalls. Don't forget.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the JCM 800, dude. That was still like one of my favorite moments in my life when I think it was the tour we played with you guys where Hate Eternal was headlining off of Infernus, and Rutan was like dogging Brody for his or the Kemper units. And then I was like, yeah, man, nothing beats like a Marshall JCM. And then he stopped me and had like a whole conversation with me. Like I knew what I was talking about and I totally didn't. And I was just like, yeah, dude, like listing off bands to me, like who used them. I've definitely told that story on this show probably 15 times now, but still, it's so much fun.
It's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the shit, dude.
I love Eric. He's great. We did that tour and like we were so proud because he's got this thing. He likes to say the word professional a lot, you know. And at the very end of the tour, he's like, thank you guys for doing the tour. You guys were very professional. And I was just like, you used the P word on us.
Nice. That's good.
But we did a whole record with him and we didn't get that.
Yeah. What was your first record?
I know, right?
Yeah. You know?
What do you want from us? You want professional?
Yeah, dude. Some of those stories from like you recording that record are so fucking funny to me, dude. Like him listening to Periphery and reacting is hilarious.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, Ron pissing him off is really funny. I miss Ron very much, dude.
Yeah, that was for me much scarier than than it was.
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't funny at the time, but
it's just like sitting there, like we're trying to get through vocal tracks, and it's just like pulling teeth. Like Jake's working, like you know, because he used to sound like a fucking bulldog when he sang.
I know, I miss those vocals, dude. Those fucking those toilet vocals, dude.
So like Eric was just all about like, yo, we gotta understand what you're saying, right? And, like,
well, it did change his entire vocal style, so
yeah. But Jake did it great. Like immediately, he hit the mic and was just like, he was going in with those toilet vocals, and then Eric was like, no, you gotta say the actual words, dude. And Jake's like, oh, okay. And he just did it. Like,
that's it? That's how it happened?
Yeah, pretty much.
I thought it would have been like this whole fucking process of him redefining his craft. And like, I see one of those montages of Jake sitting at like a library desk, like reading all these books with glasses on, like sweating and wiping his like, how do I pronounce words better? And then it's just like, oh, he just got in there and did it. Yeah, he's like an entirely different sounding dude.
There was a lot of sweat, yeah, but like, I think that just that style, like he wasn't used to it yet, so like there was some stuff that he was really having a tough time getting through. Sure. So it was naturally pretty tough. But then like and like the whole vocal session was me, with the lyrics sitting back, because that's me, that's my job.
Yeah.
And then like Brody was there, drinking beers, and then the whole rest of the band is in the side room playing Call of Duty or whatever. And then, one night we're in there doing tracks real late, and Ron just decides like it's time for him to get involved. So he comes in with a bottle of Captain Morgan, sets up a drum throne right next to Eric on the console, and he's just sits down. He's immediately like, "Jake, you didn't sing that part right." He's like, "What do you mean?" and totally disrupts the flow. and I'm just trying to calm Ron down. I'm just like, "Dude, chill. Yeah. We got it. It's okay." And then Ron just stands up. He's like, "What the fuck you say, Biggs?" Heated at me about it. I'm just like, "Dude, chill. We're trying to have fun here." And he's just Ron's going off on me. And then Eric just gets up and he's just like, "You want to come in here and fucking," he's like, "You have to respect the fucking process," slams the door, all the records fall off the wall.
Oh.
It was a fucking
Ron
scene.
Crying after that? I would have been. Holy shit.
I'm sure I did. I didn't sleep a wink during that entire month. I just sat on my iPad at night, playing fucking game, solitaire, just being like, "God, I hope tomorrow goes all right."
Yeah. I hear you. So when he slammed all the records on the floor from slamming the door, was it Kill by Cannibal Corpse and the Morbid Angel albums he worked on? And
I definitely remember a Soylent Green album or two falling on the floor. Yeah.
Yeah. You remember that band?
Vaguely,
Soylent Green?
Yeah.
Somebody from Goat Whore was in that band or some shit like that?
Sammy, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I don't think I ever listened to Soylent Green, but good classic Eric Rutan shit, dude, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I gotta try and get him on this show, even though I don't know him.
That would be amazing.
I want to try and get him on this show, even though I don't know him or have zero connections to him at all.
Eric?
Yeah.
I'll text him right now.
Yeah. Yeah, give him my number, dude. Tell him I got Eagles tickets on the fucking DL, dude.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you get on here.
Yeah, dude.
Gotta butter them up.
Yeah, butter up that little biscuit of darkness.
Well, shit, man. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's interesting that you say you've been listening to a lot of hip hop, because I definitely have been too, and pop music a lot.
Yeah.
Give me your honest hot take on the 1975, if you like them or you hate them or you don't give a shit.
I've never actually listened to the 1975 because I'm like, how dare you use that year as your band name? Like you better come bring the absolute prog rock heat. You have to
the exact opposite of that shit.
If you don't have a sparkly rainbow sequin vest and you're playing two keyboards at the same time, don't call your band the 1975.
I don't think the band name is it's supposed to be directed to the year specifically. I think it's just something that one of the guys thought sounded cool.
Well, it doesn't. Not to me.
I see where he's coming from, and I kind of agree with him on this.
They're the shit, man. I would be very curious to hear your take on a band like that.
I don't know. I always kind of assume that they're just like the Black Keys or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, they're they're more artsy than that, I would say.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot.
They're definitely your modern alternative rock pop band type thing. It's almost like
what even is that?
I want to say and I don't know. I'm already going to disagree with what I'm about to say before I say it. But a lot of people, I've seen them compare them to Radiohead, but they're way more poppy than Radiohead.
Yeah, Radiohead I'm not even too keen on, honestly.
Oh, really? I love that band.
It just sounds like weird soundscapes and then Tom York moaning.
Yeah.
For an hour at a time. which works for some people, but I don't know. It just doesn't hit me. They have 1.5 million songs, and I'm just like, I can't care about any of them.
Yeah. Well, that's fair. I mean, if you don't vibe with it, then you don't, you know?
I mean, I should probably dive deeper into their disco one of these days. I'm sure I'll find something I like.
Oh, yeah. I would assume. I would hope.
Yeah, I like Muse, which to a lot of people is Radiohead light.
Yeah, I feel like Radiohead is like weirder than Muse, you know? Like
exactly. They're like diet. They're Radiohead Zero.
Yeah. Good product placement, dude.
You like that? That's how I got this watch.
Yes, it is a quick product placement. Yeah, dude. That's fucking sick. Well, shit, man. I mean, dude, you're doing it up. You're in fucking West Virginia. You got your fucking
regular Virginia.
Oh, yeah, slow
regular
down.
Virginia. Fuck, man. My bad. I always get confused that those are two sets. How fucking
They're
dumb am
vastly
I? But yeah.
Virginia's way
Have you ever been to West Virginia?
Mm-hmm.
Does most of Virginia have a death wish against West Virginia?
No, it's not like that. It's just like you got to know the difference,
right?
Because West Virginia is way more white trash.
Oh, are they?
I'll go on.
Oh, yeah. Have you never been?
No.
Yeah. Really?
No.
Oof.
Let's go.
I'm good. Like,
why?
Dude, like, it is just a whole nother world. Like,
really?
It's crazy.
It's NASCAR land, man.
Dude, yeah.
Like Joliet?
Oh, dude, no, Joliet is like Highland Park compared to like.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's like the people of Walmart.
Yeah.
Whole thing. Like West Virginia is like pure concentrated people of Walmart. Like it's insane.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, because I once met I don't know if I told that story before, but I was in West Virginia. I was working for Nonpoint, and for like a minute, I was doing merch just to cover for somebody. Dude rolls up, and it's like this dude clearly West Virginian, like a motherfucker, chatting me up, asks me, he's like, "Oh, where are you guys from?" I was like, "Oh, kind of like from Chicago and around." He goes, "Oh, no way, I'm from Chicago too." And I was like, "How long did it take you to like assimilate to this West Virginia, like missing teeth, just white trash haircut?"
That's what gave it away.
Insane.
What was this white trash haircut? Like a mullet?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just a gross, disgusting mullet, and like
he sounds like an awesome guy, man.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys would have been best friends.
We would have.
Yeah.
He sounds like he's fucking cool, dude.
Some people are just not born in their natural state, you know? Like it's just he might have been West Virginian the whole time, and then he just had to find
West Virginia
find his home.
That's true, man. Yeah, maybe he got there and he was just like, "This is my homeland."
Just like the song.
No offense to the people of West Virginia.
Do people
like it's a beautiful, beautiful state.
It is gorgeous. It is like nice to drive through.
Oh, cool.
Just be careful when you stop anywhere.
Yeah, filthy long hair.
Was that what they would call me? I feel like I would look like I belong there, dude. I'm a fat white guy with a dumb beard and long hair.
Yeah, dirty up that shirt.
Well, I could.
Gotta patch you up that beard a little bit.
Pull over before we go into the state. I gotta douse my shirt in mud.
Gotta like,
and then I'll put
take out like a lens on one of those glasses.
I gotta wear one of them mud shirts whenever I'm going to West Virginia. Wear a
PBR
mud
in your back pocket.
Oh, that could be here too, though. You know.
Fair enough.
I gotta get that.
You just immediately feel the difference when you go from like Pittsburgh into like West Virginia. You're just like, oh, I'm here now.
I have driven through West Virginia actually.
I'm sure you have.
Yeah, we played Pittsburgh. Have you ever played the Smiling Moose in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that fucking stinks too. Jesus.
Yeah, that place is rough.
Why? What's wrong with it?
Lots of stairs.
Oh, fair enough.
One of the many places I've played shows where we've been shooed out so they could have some kind of hippie show or like EDM thing.
Oh yeah,
disco loadout.
That's the worst.
Yeah, disco loadout.
Yeah,
that happens a lot in Europe, but
yeah. Come to the matinee metal show.
That no one ever.
Yeah, you guys can't sell merch anymore. We have to press spacebar for 2 hours.
Right.
Yeah. Well, shit, man. So you guys are doing a record soon-ish, right? I don't really want to bug you with that because I see everybody's just like, "What's going on with album number 4?" And you guys just tell me anyway. So I kind of already.
We we love sending you demos just to see what you think of it.
I love hearing the demos, dude. Every time Brody sends me a demo before the world was over, and I would like listen to it on the train on the way to work, I'd be like, "This is so fucking insane!" And then like sometimes he would send them to me during my workday, and then I would get high right after I got out of Zounds, and I would get on the train, and then I would listen to it, and I'd be like, "Oh my god!" Like losing it. It does sound sick as fuck, man. Like.
Does it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, for real. I think it's like some of the sickest shit you guys have ever written, easily.
I think so too. I'm excited for people to hear it. I mean, like we've been trying to like, do our normal thing and just be like, yeah, we don't know if there's music or not. You're gonna have to wait and see. But I don't know. I'm too excited about it at this point, and like, it's just like. I've got like probably 80 to 85% of the lyrics done now. And like, yeah. And like, I'm just so excited for people to hear what's going on,
Dude, me too. I'm ready to hear that shit recorded in the studio and sounding sick as fuck.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm just hoping that like, there's, a lot of elements of it that I hope translate to the final product the way that we always plan. You always plan for 100%.
Yeah.
But then like a lot of times you get 75.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got to be happy with the 75 that you got.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're going full 100% this time. And just, we don't want to leave anything out, and because it's it's the last season's record and whatever.
Yeah, you probably feel good about that, huh? Now that you don't have to do that anymore.
Yes. I mean, like it's served its purpose. Like at the beginning, the whole idea was like we want to do this thing where we can all kind of contribute, and like seasons are such a thing that everybody can relate to, right? Yeah. Like in some form or another, unless you're from Los Angeles, I guess. But like,
or like Florida.
Yeah, but like we're from Pennsylvania, so we get all of them. Mm-hmm. So like, so it's like, it felt Pennsylvanian, and it felt like very much like we wanted to do, we signed with Metal Blade for a bunch of records, so we wanted to do things that would connect.
Sure.
And so like, it was either do this thing and have it be really emotionally relevant and like, can grow with us, or we write some like really trite, contrived science fiction epic that you'd have to have a fucking PhD to understand.
Yeah, Roman Reigns just did that, and I hate it.
Exactly what we did.
Yeah, I fucking hate, dude. I hate it. I like every time we talk about new music, I'm like, I'm never doing that again, ever in my entire fucking life.
That's how it goes, though. You always never want to do it again, right?
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, and it's kind of like, all right, I did it, got it out of my system, and I don't dislike it or anything. It's just like, I mean,
fun at the time.
Yeah, but I mean, how many billions upon billion? Well, maybe not, but hundreds upon hundreds of tech death bands have already been like planets, ecosystems, science fiction, aliens, fucking. I'm just gonna do a record about fucking, man.
Is it aliens, fucking, or fucking?
No, just
aliens,
fucking.
Aliens fucking.
No, just fucking. Period.
All right, that's cool.
That's the expected mode of dress for tech death is space aliens and shit like that, and like everybody doing the faceless thing.
Oh yeah,
but it's just like. I don't know. When we started the band, it was like there was a period of time where we wanted to do like gory death metal shit too, and then that didn't last very long either. So it's just like you got to find your own lane, and like you got to write what you know, and like I'm not from outer space. I don't think.
You can write a metal about, or you can write. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess. You guys did play Midwest Fuck Fest though back then in the day, so that was cool.
We did.
Yeah, shout out Chris Montez. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Chris Montesi, baby. Yeah, dude. I haven't seen that guy.
Yeah, we were still singing about killing prostitutes back then for sure.
Whoa, Prostitute. You remember that band Prostitute Disfigurement?
How could I forget?
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard to forget that one. Prostitute disfigurement.
Yeah, even at that been in my.
They got into some hot water, right? For something.
I hope so.
Oh man. Well, you know what? I don't know. I'm trying to think of like the last time you know what? I really did enjoy that Beneath the Massacre record that came out this year.
Some bands are really good at that shit.
Yeah,
like, you know, some
killer at it.
Are amazing at playing tech death and singing about, you know, a solar eclipse or whatever. Yeah. So like, good.
Yeah.
Fucking leave it to the professionals. I'm gonna sing about trees and shit.
Yeah.
And you know, and life and being all sad.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. You write what you know, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You definitely write what you know, and I agree. I mean, that's what I try to do now as a human being. You know, trying to write something because I don't know. I mean, there's like, yeah, when you look at it like that, there's a lot of bands that. Not that tech death needs to be written from an honest perspective, I guess, but like you could, you know, like I mean, more bands probably could do that.
Yeah, why not? Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of it comes from a fear that a lot of these bands have of their own voice in a lot of ways. Like they, you know, they almost don't want it. Like I feel like in death metal, especially, like you almost like don't want to hear what they're saying. Like you don't, you know, everything is obscured to the point where it's like there can be no emotion. Everything's cluttered. There's no room to breathe. Like and like that serves its purpose, but like my favorite kind of music is always stuff that like, you know, it hits the soul and makes you tear up a little bit. So like I feel like if I'm not completely honest when I'm writing, that's never going to happen.
Sure, yeah, that's fair. Definitely a fair assessment to make. Yeah, I don't know,
that's
man. Huh?
That's just me.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I mean, I relate to that with, I think coming up with music, I think it should come from an honest space. I think a lot of bands get comfortable not writing from an honest space just because, you know, kind of like we said, I don't know. I mean, maybe for bands, it's easier to like, oh, let's write about something that already exists, or let's write about something like, I don't know, you could pull from anything and be one of those conceptual bands or something like that. Or you could just be like, hey, listen, this is my story. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be that pretentious about it.
No, I don't think you are. I don't think you are.
But it's just like I can't do the science fiction thing. Like, I mean, I did it a little bit on some of our earlier albums, and like,
they're mechanical trees, dude. Remember that?
Yeah, I mean, but even that has a shade of like my concern for the future. Really,
yeah,
that's
definitely.
Like, it's always colored with emotion.
Yeah,
you know, it's always been a split between the story in its own way, and then like also like how is this a part of my life or the band's life? You know, our growth as musicians, like we're. Like what is it saying about us at the end of the day?
Do you think yourself circa like Conscious Seed of Light or even Temporality Unbound, do you think if you listen to like what you're writing now for the next record, would you be shocked that you would be eventually playing that music? What do you think your reaction would be?
I think I would be shocked, and I'd be like, not in a bad way, but like probably like, oh, you're doing this, like, you know, I would look at it in a way where like probably like would be like, I'd probably try to compare it to a bajillion other things instead of like just be like
accepting it for what it is.
Yeah, stepping back and just being like, okay, this is what is happening, and like accepting it for what it is. You know, I think that's another flaw that a lot of metal bands have, is that they are constantly comparing themselves to other bands.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what the whole genre seems like it's built on, you know.
Yeah, it's just so traditionalist.
Yeah.
And like, you know, it's just like you have, like, it's almost like you have to like be a part of the game. Ooh. Cats are killing something out back. Welcome to Virginia.
I have an interesting thought. I was thinking about it the other day, and I want to bring it by you because it was just kind of funny to me. I was smoking a joint, and I was thinking about, do you remember, it was one of the early times we hung out. You guys were touring with Abiotic, Allegiant, and Wretched, and you guys were playing Cobra Lounge. You remember that?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, Brody got me into that show. I wasn't even 21, and I think I was 20 years old or some shit like that.
I think it was the first time I actually met like you and Adrian.
You met us before then. You met us at the Ultra Lounge. That's when Adrian did that promo picture of you guys.
That's correct.
Yeah, he did the promo of you guys, and then we met you. That's when I first met you guys, and then we came around that second time. I think that was either the second or third time I had met you, but I remember specifically, I was, you know, and I mean, I was 20, so I was like balls deep in like being obsessed with any metal I could get my hands on. And I remember talking to the singer of Allegiant at the time. I don't even remember the guy's name. He was a bald dude. Who was ever on their first few records. You know what I'm talking about?
Daryl, yeah.
Daryl, that was his name?
I think he was just filling in at the time, but
oh, okay.
Yeah, he was a cool dude.
I thought he was their vocalist, like on the records and shit.
He may have been. I don't know.
Well, yeah, no
maybe.
That was a long time ago, but
yeah.
I remember specifically I had a conversation with him. He asked me what I was listening to, and then he told me that he was just like, yeah, I don't really listen to any metal anymore. Like, I'm super into Lady Gaga and shit. And I was just like rolling my eyes. I was like, oh, fuck this guy. Like,
now look at you.
Yeah, now I look at a situation like that. I'm like,
see, now you know how that guy feels.
I was like, man, am I like that now? Is that how I mean, I still listen to metal. Like, I still listen to it a lot, but it's just kind of like, I hope I'm not like, because then I'm thinking, I'm like, man, am I that fucking guy? Am I that obnoxious fucking... Not that he was obnoxious by any means, but I'm like, are people viewing me as how I viewed him at the time, being like, oh, great, like another, like, maybe they are, man. That could be very true. I wonder if that's the case sometimes. I don't think so. But it's just, I don't know, man. Do you ever think like being a creator, like you are definitely, I would say, I mean, you and Brody are like, and Jake are like the creative forces, I feel like, behind Rivers of Nihil. You know, you have been. Do you feel that being more of like a creative figure in music or in your own art that, I mean, sometimes I always think like, it's like a constant growth type of thing. And I always wonder like, you know, I always feel, sometimes I ask myself, I'm like, man, am I insane for not being as into metal as I used to be? Or is it not being, you know, excited about it as I used to be with certain bands? And like, or does like, is growth like that just going to happen?
It's got to be a combination of a lot of things, I think. Like you spend your entire life, like you grew up around metal and like, you naturally, by the laws of the scene, you inundate yourself with it to the point where you're just like, for a while there, it kind of made me fucking nauseous.
Yeah.
Like, I really have to listen to another 45 minutes of pounding riffs, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know, like you just kind of like, it get to a point where you're just like, I got to see what else is out there.
Yeah, because it doesn't feel as exciting as it used to anymore. Like,
I mean, it's like naturally the genre builds itself a very high wall.
Yeah,
that you have to climb over. Like it's you know it's it's like a gatekeeper type of thing, you know, just to begin with.
Yeah, very much so.
And then I think when you get older, it's like the filter works the other way somewhat. You know, like you've been through the ringer and you know what you like about the genre, and then like you see it with like the old school death metal guys all the time. Oh, yeah. It's just like they believe that metal is a very certain thing.
Yeah, definitely.
And then that's why, you know, then old heads listen to Periphery and they're like, this isn't metal.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. You know, or like they'll listen to a deathcore band and be like, what is this pussy bullshit? And it's like, really, it's if you really listen to it, it's not that sonically different than most of what you like. Yeah, it's very funny to me.
Yeah, it's just like you just kind of. It's not that you grow out of it necessarily, but it's like you just kind of want, like, after a while, I was just like, I gotta broaden my horizons. Like, how much more can I learn from another 45 minutes of the most intense riffs I can think of? You know?
Yeah, you're right. Exactly.
It's also like when you make metal and you listen to it all the time, and like you live that lifestyle, you put the t-shirt on in the morning, like it, or noon, whenever the fuck you get up, like like it's just like you just like, I started listening to it and I'm just thinking about everything all at once, like like I'm just constantly comparing myself and what I do with everything that I'm hearing.
Yeah,
it sucks. Like it just starts to wear you down after a while, and like everybody you meet in the metal scene is in a band, and that's their whole thing, is like trying to like is just trying to show you their band, and like fucking like it's just like nobody's at the show because they want to hear your songs. They're waiting for their turn to talk. Yeah, essentially. Like and I don't know, like that's just that could be perceived as cynical from my end, but like it just kind of felt like that for me after a while, and like I just needed to like step back and just be like, what else is there? Like and that's what, like, I gravitated towards like hip hop for a really specific reason. Like I'm like, here's the kind of music that I can never touch. Like I'm not, you're like Yuki, I can't rap. Like I'm not gonna you're not gonna. Yeah, like, so, like, I can, like, admire this from a distance, and I can be a true, actual fan again.
Yeah, yes, exactly, dude. And it feels like, and that's, like, what's exciting about it is because it's, like, you have that fandom, and you have this, like, I feel like it's almost a new sense of curiosity, because it's an excitement, because it's, like, Brody actually talked about this with us when he was on the podcast, and he brought up a point that, like, I mean, at least like me and him are the same age pretty much. I think he's like a little slightly older than me. I think maybe by like a year or something. But he brought up the fact that like metal and rap are like so different from each other. And they're so like when I was in metal, like I wanted to be as far away from hip hop as like humanly possible. Like I had no interest in it. I wasn't down with it. It was like the opposite of what I thought was cool. And now it's like the only thing I think is cool, which is like, it's just insane how you do that, like that flip. But I agree with you. I feel like there's like, I could never do shit like that. I don't know shit about like production behind it. I could never rap. That would be so funny and bad and not good.
If Danny can do it, you can do it.
Danny cannot.
You've heard him.
Yeah, I have heard him.
He's amazing.
He,
get a bunch of beer and booze in him. Oh, he crushes
Danny likes to do like freestyle battles with people. One time, actually, we were in this exact house, and there was a party going on in the backyard, and we were. I was hanging out there, and Danny was on. Like, there's a big window to the backyard, and to see like the inside of the house.
God, yeah.
So Danny's standing in the window. And with another guy named Ryan that we know, who's also fucking insane, like literally one of the craziest people I've ever met in my entire life. I love the guy, but he's like insane. He's fucking crazy, dude. So I could tell that they're doing like a rap battle because they're in like their stances, but I can't see any of it because they're inside of the house. So like I'm standing outside watching them like do this rap battle, and like Danny like gets really into it, and then it's Ryan's turn, and Ryan just like I don't hear anything that's being said. I could just see like Ryan's going, and Danny has this smile on his face that slowly turns into like,
because
like,
it turns out
he's
Ryan
really good.
is really fucking good.
Yeah, and like
just crushed
just
Danny,
like
and
called
you can
Danny out,
see
made
him
fun
deflate. From the outside, we're just like watching him. We're like, "Oh, there it is," and he's done.
It was just so fucking funny. Yeah, so that was but I mean, it's just like you do bring up a really good point about that, and maybe that's something I haven't really thought about. The exciting factor of it too is that it's something that I could never do, or something that like I wouldn't even if I even wanted to do it, I would have no idea where to start. But there is excitement to
because it has that mysticism to it.
Yeah.
Like when you were younger, getting into metal, you didn't know anything, you know, and yeah, for sure.
And now, like when you're an adult and you experience adult emotions and think things with a more developed brain,
right?
Like,
the logic starts to set in.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Like that. Yeah.
Exactly. It's definitely interesting. But yeah, man. I mean, that's like, I never thought really my biggest transition was like listening to a band like the 1975. Like they were like my thing that the like first band and to like not listening to metal all the time. That was the first thing for me. It was like their second record came out and I would listen to it in like secrecy and I would be like, man, do I really like this?
That's funny.
And I never told anybody I liked that band. And then finally, like I started like, cause they have like some weird ass, you know what? Bulb from Periphery was jocking them for a while because like he was a big fan of their production. So like I remember once Brody was like, have you ever heard of the 1975? And this was before I listened to them. And I was like, no. And he was like, oh, Misha posted on some forum about how great their production is. And now all these metal guys are pretending they like them. So then the first time I heard it, I'm like, oh my, is this me pretending to like them or do I actually like it? Like it's this whole fun. It's so funny though. Cause it's like, who fucking gives a shit?
Your
it's
music,
like and it's like who gives a shit? It's like that idea of, but I feel like metal has such a it's a gatekeeper genre, like you were saying. So it's like there's always this weird like embarrassment feel. It's like you don't want to admit you like a deathcore band because everybody will be like, oh my god, like, you know. And that, but it's like who fucking gives a shit, man? Listen to whatever. It's like guilty pleasures you shouldn't feel guilty for liking a fucking song unless it's about like something vile and horrible and, you know. Well,
that's like most death metal.
Well, so I'm talking about like, I don't know, some weird racist shit or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, sorry, didn't mean to go on that long-winded tangent.
I don't know. It's like it made me like listening to a lot of like Pink Floyd and stuff kind of like really set it up for me too. Like it's just like you listen to that band and you're just like, they're kind of a combination of a lot of different shit that was going on back then.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Like it's got proggy vibes. It's got like the, you know, the more mellow soft rock kind of thing. It's got, you know, it's got some disco-y feel even like later on. Like they didn't shut anything out.
Yeah.
And they created something really unique through that. And you know, I always kind of like to take their example, you know, because they're such a huge deal for me in my musical life that, like, you know, if these guys, you know, were paying attention to the musical world around them at the time, like, why shouldn't I? And like, I mean, like, honestly, like hip hop and stuff like that is it's kind of the new punk in a way. Like it's like that's, you know, just because they're not playing guitars and like yelling at the government or something, like it doesn't like that, but the rebellion is still there.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's 100%. Like it's the music that your parents don't understand now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. Definitely, it totally is. I mean, it's so like, I mean, even rap, it's like in its own world. Like, I mean, I know so many dudes that like hate rappers like Trippie Redd or Juice WRLD when he was still alive, and like, you know, all these like, I don't know what you would call SoundCloud rappers, emo rappers, whatever the fuck you want to say. I like some of them for sure, and I'll admit it openly. Like, but it's funny to me that like it's almost done this fucking like full circle thing where like now these guys are making shirts that look like metal shirts, you know, like their merch is like looking like fake metal shit. And it's like you see these guys talk, you know, like that dude, who's the rapper that toured with Harm's Way and shit? Ghost Main, you know what I'm talking about? He just released a black metal EP a couple days ago.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I haven't heard it, but like, yeah, it's apparently he's doing like a black metal project. So it's just like, well, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's new territory. I'm sure we're going to see plenty of terrible rap rock crossovers in the near future.
Oh yeah. What do you think would be the sickest one of all time and then the lamest one of all time?
Ooh. I've definitely wanted to get Tyler, the Creator, on a song of ours.
Yeah.
So hopefully that would be really sick.
Do you think you could actually make that happen with how huge he fucking is?
I can make anything happen. No, not. No, I don't know. No, I don't think I can do that. So, I mean, I kind of dismissed that from my mind entirely. It's just kind of a pipe me thing.
Yeah.
But like, alternatively, like I don't know. I could, I don't know. See, like, I could hooking some guy like a Trippie Redd or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Or like Post Malone or something.
Well, didn't fucking like Lil Uzi years ago went to like a Lorna Shore show?
Yeah, that would be pretty whack, Lawrence Shore and
yeah, it would be funny, but it's just like I mean, when I saw that, I was like, this is kind of cool that like he went to their fucking show, like.
Yeah, I mean, like, I almost feel like it's a novelty for them though. Like you hear rappers like mention like guitars and stuff on their songs, and I'm just like, oh, this is just like. It's like just like a joke to you almost.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, maybe they're not entirely wrong at this point. Like, it's like every day goes by, guitar music gets just a little bit older and a little bit sillier.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so they're just like, they're just turning up at these things, just like kind of almost giving their nod, just being like, yeah, I remember this old thing that people used to do to make music.
Mm-hmm. Well, shit, man. I'm trying to look at more of these updates as we're getting them through about the city of Chicago and it like falling down, but.
Oh, what's new?
I don't know. My mom just texted me and she was like, are you coming home? I'm like, dude, yeah.
I was just saying the other day, like, more often than my folks always check in with me on like random stuff like, oh, it's raining horribly. Are you okay? And it's like, yeah, man, I'm an adult. Like, I can handle rain. City of Chicago was like on fucking fire. Not one text message. I was like, what the fuck, guys?
Really?
Like, you know, I practice and like go in the city all the time. This is the one time you don't check in on me. All right, cool. Thanks.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck is going on, man. Very fucking weird shit, whatever it is. But I'm trying to see if there's any updates. I can't.
I mean, your phone would be going off if anything was like really bad.
I would assume so, but yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Protests caused massive damage during violent demonstrations after the death of George Floyd. Duh. Yeah. Okay. We're already there. Column after the riots in Chicago, all that broken glass like shattered dreams. Breaking travel alert. Metro suspending all service Monday due to safety concerns.
Oh, that's new.
Yeah, that's definitely new. Yeah, I don't know. I think my mom's probably just sitting at home watching the news and freaking
around.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I don't know. Looks like more of the same
What's
shit.
there for?
Huh?
I said that's what it's there for.
Yeah,
freak you out, the news.
Exactly. And my parents are not the type that ever like to go out ever, anywhere, at any time. So it sucks sometimes, man. It's fucking difficult.
The world is scary out there.
To them.
According
to
you know, TV.
Yeah. Exactly. And it's like when that's all you're really looking at. That's the thing that I got to take with, because it's like me, I still live at home with my fucking parents and we're in a confined area. And like, man, it's hard sometimes because it's just like, fuck, you know, the more freaked out they get, it's like, I don't have anybody to be like, oh, get a load of this. And then I'm just like,
right,
am I getting freaked out? Like, what's going on? You know?
It's Stockholm syndrome. Oh, God, maybe they're right. Maybe the world is.
And my mom's like, are you going to come home? Like, will you please come home after the podcast? I always fucking do. Like,
there's nowhere else to go.
Where am I going to go? Exactly.
Even if that wasn't happening, there's nowhere else to go.
I always come home right after this. It's Sunday. Yeah, I don't know. Very weird, but.
That's funny.
Yeah. Anyway, aside from that, I'm glad fucking Virginia is peaceful.
I mean, like, Richmond is taking its lumps right now too.
Yeah,
for sure. Our little corner of the world is happy and beautiful, but right down the road we've got lots of protesting happening, lots of defaced statues, etc.
Are they like looting and shit?
Yeah,
wow.
I guess they are.
Damn.
It's all going to hell, boys.
Yeah. It's very true. It is all going to hell. Well, that's cool. At least you're like fine in your house. Is it far from like? Is that shit happening far from your house, like where you guys live?
10 miles. Yeah, maybe 10 miles away.
Okay.
We've got we rode our bikes today to, where a lot of the protests were happening last night. So it's not that far.
Sure. Now, I wonder how.
But they ain't gonna get me, No,
man, you're evasive, dude. You're elusive. Honestly, if you know what you could probably do if you were amidst a crowd of protesters, just take off that watch and throw it up in the air, and before it even landed on the ground, you'd be so far gone, and they'd all be trying to get that swag, dude. Let me get that wristwatch, boy.
Yeah, you want the Coke Zero money? Come get it, boy.
Yeah. Shit, man. Well, fuck, dude. I hope
the world product placements.
Yeah. Well, shit, man. I mean, I hope the world gets better so we could tour eventually one time. Before.
You guys are on the short list. That's for fucking sure.
I mean, hope so.
Yeah, man. I really want to get it back together so we can all get out there and just show the world that we're not afraid and play shows with cool bands, together, out there with the Warforged and the Roman Rings and some Fallujahs and some fucking King 810s and etc.
Yeah, man, dude, King 810 is supposed to be playing the Cubby Bear in October. Yeah, we talked about it before on the show. Yeah,
I don't remember talking about that.
Yeah, them in Kumbha Christ. That tour got rescheduled.
Combi Christ,
isn't it? Is that how you say it?
From England or whatever.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know they're.
It's Combi.
Oh, it's Comic Christ? I heard
I know
people
they're
call it Kumbha Christ. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I met him. He was their tech for Wednesday 13. Luke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
apparently
Luke Tasker.
They're awesome fucking dude. Touring here with King 810 and they're playing the Cubby Bear.
I wonder, I doubt they'd fly him over. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. It was the whole tour. It was supposed to happen in the spring. It was going to happen in Bottom Lounge, I think. But then somehow it's now at this bar in Wrigleyville, which is a very douchey neighborhood of Chicago.
Very uppity neighborhood.
Yeah. Bros like to hang out there. One time I punched an automated machine at a McDonald's there. There's a video of it somewhere. Yeah, I was with Marv and we were fucked up and I was just we were looking at it and I was just like, bam, bam.
Why were you in that area?
We played that show with them.
Oh,
with
yeah, G-Man.
Shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. G-Man Tavern, dude.
G-Man.
Yeah. What do you think about because another thing that's been on my mind, not that this is funny, but it's been on my mind I've been seeing a lot of bands make the moves where it's they're oh, we're going to wait till this is all over until we release our record. And then there's a lot of artists that are still just fuck it, we're just putting them out as, as it's going to happen anyway. What do you think about that whole thing?
Yeah.
What do you think is the smart move there?
It's hard to know. And we've been caught in this situation where it's just we had wrapped everything up for the Where Owls Know My Name shit before the world went to hell. Yeah. So it was just kind of this was going to be kind of a down year for us anyway. We had a couple of festival appearances that got canned, but other than that, it was just we were left to our own devices. So we're going to kind of wait, do a record, and then if it's time to tour, then that's what we're going to do. It's really hard to say because everything's so up in the air. Once touring starts again, is it even going to be the same thing? I kind of think not.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go is going to have different restrictions and different rules, so it's going to make things very complicated to run efficiently. So I don't know. We'll make our record, and then it'll be. I guess it'll be just be in our hands when it's time to pump it up. Me personally, I want to give people something to be excited about as soon as possible.
Yeah, of course.
But that's everybody's afraid of the entropy of their work. So where it's they put it out and then if you have to wait 2 years to tour on it, is it even worth it?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, like if you're waiting to drop your record, are you even going to be excited about that material and then like start an album cycle then? Like that's kind of fucking wild to me because I know there's a handful of bands that have pushed back release dates of their records. Like I know Hatebreed did that and like Enslaved did that. They're bigger bands too. Like I guess, but it's part of me is just thinking like, man, does it really make sense to be doing that? Like, are you just kind of like, because you might regret it down the line, you know? You might regret it if you like have to hold on to it.
It's all hindsight, you know? It's really no way to tell what is the best route.
Yeah. I will say I'm very thankful for the artists that have still been putting out music during this time because I feel like...
I think it's awesome. I mean, people need it more than ever.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's killer. Like, this is the first time in a long time where I'm like so excited about all this new shit coming out where I'm like, oh, fuck, I have so much to listen to. Yeah. You know? It's very cool. But...
Yeah. I mean, like, I want to be part of that too. Like, I want to give everybody material just because, like, I am excited about putting out new music.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm thankful for, you know, the longevity that the last record has enjoyed.
Yeah.
But I also don't want people to forget about us, you know, which is
exactly. Yeah. Well, you guys,
it's hard.
The block is hot for you guys, man. Like that record was huge, dude.
It's so weird.
I'm sure it's fucking weird.
It's really weird, man. Like it's like you go from like the first two records where it's just like kind of like anybody could kind of give a fuck, you know, and then all of a sudden they do. And like you have to live up to that like immediately. And,
I know. And how does that feel?
It's I mean, like it's kind of this. It's like all of your dreams coming true all at the same time, you know. Even the bad ones, and it's just kind of like you have to, like, we bumped up a couple levels on that last record. Not to chuff myself up or whatever, but it was like we went from being like, you know, this like kind of really low to mid-level band, you know, to, you know, all of a sudden people want to hear a whole record played live, and like it's just like it just, you ask yourself the question, are we actually on that level? You know, and then, but like it's just you just put the rubber on the road and you find out then, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like it's easy for people to like just kind of like think like, oh well, you know, you enjoyed this success and it's like you know your label's just going to take care of you now or whatever, but that's not the case. Like, you're always pulling your own weight. So it's got to like at the end of the day, you're the one doing the work, and you've always got to be the strongest advocate for what you're doing. And so it's like, if people like really enjoy the thing you put out, you have to rise to the occasion. It's just another challenge that comes with doing it anyway, you know, like it's just, you have to meet the expectation. It's still all very strange to me that anybody cares. You know?
Yeah. I hear you, man. I mean, it's gotta be wild. I mean, you guys are like a household name now too, man. Like there's so many people that I've met on tour where they're like, blah, 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 Rivers of Nile. And I'm like, I always think I'm like, oh, I ain't like, those guys are like my friends. Like I won't like, I'm trying never to be like, yeah, I know those guys. Like I try not to ever do that, but it's just always so funny. Like hearing you guys talked about in that regard. Cause I'm like, oh, I could just like call that dude if I wanted to right now. Like it's so funny to me.
That's sick though. Like please call us.
Yeah, I do. I talk to Brody all the fucking time, man. Like at least once or twice a week. Like,
yeah,
it's just like, it's just so funny to me because it's like that. It's like, you guys are big shit now, man. It's awesome. It's sick. And like, you know, it's a good thing.
I guess so. Yeah. Like, but like, it's just like, it's hard to look at yourself that way. But at the same time, like you kind of have to, like you have to like you can't just be like, oh no, I'm no good, blah blah, or just like that becomes your reality.
Yeah, where you are good.
Yeah. So you just kind of have to like you just like accept like this. Okay, so if people expect this from me now, you know, that's what you have to be in a way. I probably sound really pretentious.
No, I don't think so.
It's just like, I don't know. I don't know. I also don't feel it as much in my day to day as you know, some people might, where it's just kind of like, you know, nobody's walking up to me and telling me like how much they like fucking like our record every day. Or
yeah. But it's like, and that's interesting too. I feel like there's 2 points I want to bring up with what you just said. The first one being like, yeah, you know, I think it's like, it's such a fucking trend in like the style of music we play where everybody just wants to be like so fucking self-deprecating and like, I suck. And like that show, like if you go up to somebody at a show and you're like, great set. And they were like, oh, we fucked up this part. It's like, guys, like, it's not like funny anymore and it's not good. Like you could admit that you're fucking good. It's okay. Like, you know, and
that's another thing that comes back to the hip hop world where they're like all those guys, like, you know, there's like, if you tell them they're the shit, they're just like, yeah, I know. You know?
Exactly. You know, and it's just like,
and like metal, like in the world of metal, you're kind of trained to be the opposite. Like you have to beat yourself down.
Yeah. It's so fucked, man. There's like no positivity in that at all. And it's like, I really like, the more I've been thinking about it, there's really like not a lot of like positive role models in metal. Like the more I think about it, at least guys that set like, I think there's not a lot of guys that set examples of like trying to be a good, healthy human being while doing it. You know what I mean? Like, and it's okay to like be like, yeah, I fucking rule sometimes. And that's okay. Like, I wish it wasn't so like, cause it's like sometimes like if your band immediately doesn't show like any humility, it's like, you guys are the fucking worst. Look at like Rings of Saturn, man. When all that shit went down, like they were eaten alive by a lot of fucking people where they were just like, you know, getting shit on for like them being like, yeah, we're good. And it's just like, whoa, you know, it's like, you can't see what they're doing here. Like they're trying to get you riled up.
Yeah. I mean, that's like, it's also like a little bit of a different thing there, I feel like, but it's just true. Like, yeah, but I don't know. Like, it's just like, why not like kind of just be able to revel in success because nobody else is fucking doing it, you know, like, everybody just wants to like, everybody has to play it so fucking cool all the time.
Yep.
And it's kind of the opposite way where it's just obnoxious to a degree where it's just like, you can't tell like, I don't know, you can't tell like people that are really good at what they do, that they're good at it without them, you know, like throwing it back in your face.
Yeah.
It's just it's depressing and it creates a cycle of like, yeah, it creates this cycle of like where you have to be this like ungodly humble figure, and then like there's no like, I don't know, I always kind of try to think of like, I read Marilyn Manson's book a long time ago when I was a teen, and it like his whole thing was like, he's like, when we started out, like, you know, they kind of had to like be like, yeah, we're the fucking shit. Like, you need to pay our band more. And he's like, if he wasn't advocating for them in that way, nobody was. Sure. You know, so that's where I think a lot of metal bands go wrong. They're so self-deprecating that they kind of play that sad boy role until like they're behind the scenes where they're, you know, they just get their passive aggressive managers to fight for more money for them or whatever, you know. But like, you got to know your own worth, I guess, and like, it's also you have to be realistic like about it too. Like, there's sometimes guys are just, you know, you're a better fan than anything else. You know, I don't know, like it's just it's a weird game to play, and like you can't keep being the self-deprecating like figure where you're just like, no, I'm nobody, I'm not actually good at making music, because that becomes true. You say it enough.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like George Costanza philosophy, man. It's not a lie if you believe it, dude.
Yeah, dude. Like you have to fucking like, I don't know if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man.
Yeah, you're right though. You're absolutely right with that shit, man. Like, I mean, it's
like, or else, who are you? You're gonna be a local band forever. If you don't think you can roll with the big dogs, you're not going to be able to.
Exactly. Yeah, that's very true. And I mean, now, like, which brings me to my second point is the fact that, like, I mean, now we're definitely seeing at least 2 months of this, you know, halt in touring and a lot of music. I feel like it's even like, I mean, for me, sometimes I definitely identify with the fact that I play music and I'm in bands a lot. And obviously that's like a lot of what I do. And it's what a lot of people do. And it's a strong part of a musician's identity, but I wonder how people are feeling when it's just kind of like, that's kind of stripped away to a certain extent. You know, it's like, yeah, you got bands live streaming, you have bands coming up with other types of content and shit to just kind of like be like, we're still here, like we're still making music, which is great, but I wonder like how a lot of people feel about that shit. You know what I mean? Like, cause there's like, I'm definitely feeling it where I'm like, fuck, man, like I would have been on tour in a week from like, or this coming week, I would have been leaving for tour if this didn't all happen, you know?
Yeah. Like a few weeks ago, like it would just like sting me just be thinking like, oh man, I would have been in Mexico right now. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's just like we had this big festival coming up and I was just like, you know, I mean, like I was at home, we were doing our thing and like having fun, you know, just, and like doing family shit. But every once in a while I was like, fuck, I would have been in Mexico playing music.
Yeah.
Like it's hard not to miss it, especially after a while. But I don't know. Maybe it'll create some kind of boom once it all kicks back in.
Yeah.
If it kicks in, I don't know. It's also like it makes my brain feel weird. Like thinking about.
Same, dude. It's just all the unknown shit. You know. That's for me at least.
I heard like across the street this morning, I heard like a drummer playing in his garage, and I'm like, oh man, I wonder if I could go jam with him.
Yeah, hit him up, man.
I know, right? But then I'm like, nah.
Yeah. I hear you. I mean, it's just so fucking. We live in this year has proven to be a lot of big changes that have been happening for everybody in the whole fucking world, and it's just kind of like, well, what is life going to be like once things are kind of back on track to whatever that might be, you know, like what our show's going to be like, yeah, like you were saying earlier, there's all these like weird, like touring restrictions might happen in certain places. Cause I mean, aren't like live shows allowed now in certain states?
Yeah.
Like there's some
Ohio and Indiana.
Yeah. There's some states that are doing live shows and like, I don't know, man. It's just like, what are you going to do? Like drive to one city, then skip two to get to another one. And like, is that even worth it at that point? And there's so much weird shit to consider, you know, it's
as if routing wasn't bad enough.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fucking wild. So
everybody about to get defonced.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, shit, man.
Yeah, it's my boy Daniel DeFonce.
Yeah, DeFonce is the shit, man. I should hit him up to come on this show.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, that would be fun. I wonder if he would be down and do it. Man, that would be cool.
I'm sure he would.
Yeah,
well,
he would probably have a lot of stories too.
Got a lot of downtime right now.
Yeah, shit. I should hit him up. Who we got next week?
I don't think we.
Gobo? Is it already time?
Now we have one more.
Okay.
Right?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It was Rudy, Alex,
Biggs.
Shit. So we were supposed to announce.
Oh, we fucked up.
Oh, well. We'll skip it. We'll add another guest then. Hit up DeFonce.
I will. Yeah, maybe if he'd be down, if he's
and then
free.
We'll do new metal.
See if he's down.
Hit up that boy.
I will hit him up. And then he'll be like.
And talk to him about getting disgustingly drunk with us in Texas a bunch of times.
In Austin?
Was it Austin? I think it was Dallas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's the time Brody threw a glass over the gas monkey.
Oh, fuck. Damn, we've never played there. I've been dying to play there though. That venue looks really cool, like that outside one, right?
Cool. Yeah. Inside one is cool too. Like we love it there, and we'll never throw glasses again. Sorry.
It's sick he did that. I didn't know Brody did that, but
Brody was on one on that tour. It was great.
Yeah. What tour was that?
Darkest Hour.
Oh yeah, man. That was a weird one for you guys.
Yeah, it sure was.
Yeah, that was like one of the first times. I mean, and that was on Owls, right? Owls was the record at the time when you guys were doing that. That was one of the, wasn't it?
I think that was like the last tour we did for Monarchy. It was like one of Jared's first tours.
Okay, then that would make sense.
Gearing up to do Owl stuff, but
okay, because I remember hanging out at Reggie's with you guys at that show, and it was just like. Normally, like I'll see, like when you check out a band, you go hang out with your friends that are in a band that have been on tour for a little bit. Like they're usually chumming around with the other bands and other guys, and like you guys were like totally like it was just like I was hanging out with you guys, and it didn't seem like there was that many interactions with the other bands going on.
Nah, I mean it's just like those shows were pretty rough. If I'm being perfectly honest here, and like I don't know, that tour was just incredibly long. Like we spent a week in Reno just because it got a bunch of shit got snowed out. Everybody was in a bad mood.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just it wasn't necessarily a high point. Like I mean I don't regret doing any tour that we do, but it was like it was a little taxing.
Yeah.
And yeah, Brody definitely went off a few nights.
Yeah, that's kind of fair on a tour like that, you know.
Honestly.
Mm-hmm. Damn, you guys were in Reno for a week? Where'd you stay, at Jared's fucking place?
Yeah, we did.
Really? For a fucking week?
Yeah.
Was it sick?
Yeah. And he took us to a couple cool nature spots, and we hung out. I bought a DS.
Oh, sick! A 3DS or a regular DS?
3DS, yes.
Nice. Do you still have one?
Yeah, I still have the same one.
I still have mine too. I was just playing a game on it the other day, but then I was why am I not playing my Switch?
Why am I not playing my Nintendo Switch?
Yeah, my Minpembo Swimp. You know?
Yeah, like I keep the DS around. The 5-year-old here likes to mess around with it on occasion.
The DS. Yeah. What do they play on there?
I've been trying to get him to play Ocarina of Time because I'm like, hey, there's a Zelda game where you start out as a little kid like you, and then you grow up, and then you're like an adult like me, kind of.
Dude, yeah, you're gonna try and get a 5-year-old. I'm 28 and I can't play Ocarina of Time, dude. I'm 28. How the fuck is a 5-year-old gonna grab that and be like, yo, I got it? That game's hard as fuck, dude. What?
Well, I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to build it as a gateway to Dark Souls for him. So
I can't do that ever. Probably when I'm 60, maybe I'll stand a chance at one Dark Souls game. I can't play those punishing difficulty games though, man. I hate them.
You can't. Like, Dark Souls is sick, and I don't know. Do you like old Mega Man games?
Not really. I admire them very much, but I don't really enjoy playing them because I suck at them. Yeah, they're fucking hard, dude.
That's what I mean. That's all in the same wheelhouse to me. Is like those old school games like that are like very like that's what Dark Souls essentially is. It's just like it punishes you for being bad at it, and then it makes you do it again until you're not.
Yeah, see, I can't. Like, I don't have the time for that, right? Man. I mean, I do now, but like, I don't because it's just like I don't know. No, I have too many other games to beat that I shouldn't even be playing video games and doing something real with my life.
Cash in.
Yeah, put down BioShock. Get yourself a copy of Dark Souls Remastered for Switch.
For Switch? Do you have it for Switch?
Yeah, I do. It's great.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I love it.
Does it look good?
It's perfect. It looks great.
Oh, that's cool.
It's fucking great.
I got Mortal Kombat 11 for Swimp, and it's just so stupid because it looks so bad. That game cannot be handled on a system like that.
No, I saw that coming down the pipeline. I was like, no way.
Yeah,
No.
I did it because I didn't have a PS4 yet, and I was like, oh, I'll play a new fucking Mortal Kombat game. Let's go. And like,
It's gonna be sick.
it's cool, but it looks like
Clearly,
shit,
like,
dude.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Put Mortal Kombat 2 on there. Let's talk.
Mortal Kombat 2
Yeah.
with like the real guy animations where it's all real
Fuck yeah,
dudes.
dude.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty
it looks
cool.
like absolute dog shit.
Yeah, it does look like shit. That is cool though. I wonder if they should have go
It
back.
runs at like 3 frames per second.
Yeah, dude, I want to see a real life Goro, man, or like a real life Ermac. Like a
Yo,
real
how did
dude.
they film that guy? He had 4 arms, dude.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, man. They probably like.
He must have been big as shit.
Yeah, they probably mutated 2 guys together, and they were just like, "Here you go."
There is a behind the scenes video on YouTube you could watch where they
Here you go, man. Here you go.
1 or 2, I can't remember.
Oh, and they show like the making of like
Yeah, I remember I
capturing the
saw it like a
characters
long
and
time
shit.
ago, but it's been a while. But they show you like
It was-
all the actors dressed up and doing the whole thing.
Dude, I remember watching commercials for Xbox 360, and they were showing like NBA games, and like everybody was like, "This looks so lifelike,
so real."
Yeah, video games
Yeah,
still look
dude.
like video games to me. Like they still
Some
do.
of the sports
Do you-
games are a little deceiving.
Really?
Yeah, I remember like one time at Gordon's and Eileen's, like they had one of the NBA 2K games going on,
You thought it was actual,
and like you kind of like glance over and you're like, and they're all sports people, so I'm like, oh, they're just watching a fucking basketball game, and then like I look and I'm like, oh no, the controllers are like out, and then somebody else was like, wait a minute, is this live? And they're like, well, it's a live video game, and she's like, it's a video game. She's like, yeah. And she's
yeah.
like, oh my god,
That's funny.
They really dump their time into the visuals on those games
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
You can see Michael Jordan sweating and
yeah,
stuff.
right?
Yeah, I mean that's cool if that's something you really want.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean, if it's a
I want
sports
to sweat
game,
Michael Jordan back then.
you want to see him sweat?
No.
Yeah.
But do you remember the first time you saw Super Mario
Yeah.
in 3 dimensions?
Yeah.
I was in Sears, and they had they had a Nintendo 64, and they had Mario 64 on it in front of, and he's like in front of the castle, ready to punch stuff, and I was just like, "What the fuck is happening right now? Is Mario swimming in this moat?
he's doing stuff.
Yeah.
Not
What?
going straight?
Can you just jump in a fucking painting?
hmm
This is not the Mario I know.
hmm
This is not your grandpa's Mario, but you know, I was enthralled by it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I was pretty enthralled by it too. I was young though. Like I remember seeing that in a Target. I think I was in a Target. So when I saw that, I could be wrong, but I'm not sure. I'm like 99% sure I was in a Target when I saw that. But you know, I mean, it was
Oh, that shit, it was like mind melting to see
Was it?
Mario. Yeah,
Well, that was
hell
like-
yeah.
but that was
I
like-
grew up with Mario.
yeah, you guys are older than.
like-
How old are you, Biggs?
I'm 32.
Okay,
How old are
I'm
you?
35.
Okay, yeah. See, I'm 28. So like,
yeah, so Nintendo really, the
I had-
original Nintendo.
yeah, I was not around
you
for
weren't
that.
really
Yeah.
entrenched. Yeah, yeah.
My first game system was a PS1. So
That's crazy.
yeah.
I grew up with an NES in the room, and like we played a lot of Super Mario 3,
Yeah, hell
and
yeah.
like so, like, and then like Super Mario 64 like totally took me by surprise. I didn't even know it was coming out, and I saw that, and I was like, no, what? No.
Yeah. That game is
Yes.
very, very fucking sick.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah.
It still holds up
Yeah.
to this day.
To this day. I love that meme, dude. That's like my favorite shit.
To this day.
Yeah, to this day. Yeah, that shit is so good, dude. Yeah, it is really sick. Man, I love all those Mario adventure games though, like Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, Odyssey, Galaxy. There's supposed to be there's a rumor that they're remastering those games for the Switch. Huh?
I want to see Mario sweat. Come on.
Dude, yeah, me too, man. Let me see that Mario fucking he's perfect, dude. He's got that perfect skin tone.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he never fucks
Did
up.
you like Mario Odyssey?
Did I like Mario Odyssey? Yeah, I did like it a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Both you guys, you like it?
I never played
I don't
that
know.
one.
Yeah, he doesn't have
Oh,
a
he-
Switch. He's not part of the
Not
simp
that
Switch
cool.
crew,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, you ain't simping for the Switch?
Yeah, like us, dude. I did like
But,
Odyssey though. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, fun. It's like that's a good 5 hours right in there.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
It's another one I like to play with the 5-year-old. He likes to, like, one of us plays as Cappy and then the other one plays as Mario. Like that works out really well. Like that's like I thought the 2-player mode in that game when I first got it, I was like, what is this? Who would do this? And I'm like,
I thought the same thing. I've never tried it.
But try playing it with a 5-year-old. You'll fucking love it.
Really?
Yeah,
looks like I gotta find me a 5-year-old. Yeah.
Get on it, boys. Get you a 5-year-old.
I think both of us would get arrested if we ever like even said the word 5-year-old in public. We'd probably get arrested.
I'll just wait for Brian Rosie's little boys to get old enough.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be fun.
Dude, my mom is fucking like wilding out right now.
Are you serious? She's texting a lot.
They're looting Evanston right now. So, yeah, it's getting closer to
Jobo's wrestling collection might be on the line.
Yeah, they looted the Best Buy in Evanston. So, maybe we should wrap it up soon.
Yeah, just for the sake of you, man. Like, I'm worried about you having to traverse back home.
Well, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't get killed. Yeah. But I think I'll be fine, but I should probably just do it.
We can spray paint like BLM on your car if you want.
We can do that.
Yeah, you probably got paint.
Yeah, just put 1312 on a car, you're good.
I'll put fuck 12 or some shit like that. We have something on there, I think, like something in there anyway, so.
Like a bumper sticker?
No, I don't know. I can figure out. I'll think of something.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just you're gonna be fine, just fine.
Yeah. Very true.
Fine.
Yeah. Well, should we call it then?
Yeah, I think we should.
All right. Well, man, we'll get you on again for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm sorry to anybody who I sorry to West Virginia and
it's okay.
Coke Zero.
We'll take responsibility for that. No, we're a Coke based podcast.
Yeah, Bill's always drinking some type of Coke product, so
that's good. You should always do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so Biggs get more of those wristwatches, dude. Right? Yeah, you got that bling, boy. Well, dude, I'm glad you're doing well.
And so I can make fun of DeFonts and Eric Rutan some more.
Yeah.
Apologize to those guys on my behalf.
I definitely will. Hell yeah, man. Well, sick. I'm glad you're doing well, man. You look great. It sounds like you're doing fucking really good. It's great to hear, man. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, love you.
Yeah, dude. Same to you, man. I love you too, Bubba.
You guys are great.
Yeah, we'll see you soon, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, let's get this shit over with and get it back to what we're supposed to be doing.
Sounds good, man. Yeah. Hell yeah. Well, take it easy, dude.
Right. See you.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye. There we go.
Nice. Anything you to plug? Obviously for Biggs, guys, check out Rivers of Nihil.
Yeah, check out Rivers of Nihil. They have 3 records on Metal Blade that you can listen to at your leisure. Hopefully by the time this airs, me and Bill are alive. And
so right now, so
apparently they're looting Riverside right now too. North Riverside Christ. And shit, so it's coming.
So today is Sunday. This is like the day after the real rioting stuff started. I guess it's kind of seeping into our world a little bit. I live in Forest Park, so that's not far from me.
Yeah,
and you're not far from Evanston, which is unfortunate. But hopefully everybody out there is being safe too and being smart, being responsible, and kind of understand why people's tempers are where they are, and definitely, not denying that's for sure. But I don't know. It makes me worried, like got friends that are cops, got friends that have strong enough opinions that they're out there and doing the thing. And so, I don't know. I just hope everybody's safe and being smart.
Definitely.
And so we'll see everybody next week. As far as our guests, I don't know. We dropped the ball. We should have been doing
figure that out, but
so we'll skip that and pepper in.
Or we can still just fucking do it.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll
just fucking do it.
Let me yell at Gobo to give me a band.
Yeah,
and then I'll just tack it on whenever because I'm gonna do this episode later anyway.
Okay.
Also, apologies. The video for last week's episode is gonna be late.
Okay.
The audio should be on time though.
Okay, cool.
And that's it.
Alrighty, sweet.
Cool. We'll see everybody.
Yeah, thanks for listening, guys.
Bye.
Bye. So guys, thank you for listening to this episode with Biggs from Rivers of Nihil. It was a great pleasure getting to talk to him. We're like 4 subscribers from 100 away on YouTube. Please fucking hit that subscribe button. I'm begging you. We just need a custom URL. Leave a comment, leave a like, share it with your friends. We're all getting through this shit. I hope everybody's staying safe and doing what they need to be doing. And I'll let Dave take you out. All right, guys. Thank you.
That's easy. Like my favorite thing in the world.
I love the world.